Here we go with another reaction. Hurt Blessings TV. Black, something new. Been away for a while, but going around. Lots of things been spoken about Kanye, Kanye West, about talk about his remarks, how different, cultures, demographics have taken offense, and others companies have chosen to separate themselves publicly from him. And now we're going to talk or do a reaction based on this no jumper clip where we have basically T-Rail. He's speaking about how, just because these companies stay and distance themselves from Kanye, that doesn't stop him because he's the creative force, he's the genius, he's the owner of the real intellectual property that creates the money. And we're gonna see AD and Doknow not really giving my opinion, a real argument. They basically seem scared, but let's see what they're talking about.
Yes, sir. Who call you out your
He's
name?
really talking like that right now.
I get ridiculed.
Yeah, and I'm
Look at you,
constantly
so
being,
stupid
I'm
ass
constantly
son.
being called out my name. You know what
Calm
I'm saying?
down, buddy.
In the group chat. Then I come here and people
You're crossing
saying
the line, pal.
that I'm not making good points because I'm not actually going with what the majority is saying in the
No.
world. I don't.
Now, first off, with that, you gotta watch people who always want you to agree with the masses, the status quo. Ain't nothing ever gained of any merit, of any worth, going with everybody else. You want to be the sheep, going leading up to the slaughter, not questioning about your surroundings and what's leading up to those circumstances. You want to be the lemon running towards the cliff, following the rest of them, not even realizing you followed everyone else to your own impending demise. Come on, man. It's nothing wrong with having independent thought, independent ideas. You want to have these things. That's what creates creates any type of avenue in which we want to have of just success, of peace. All these things came from the idea of a person that had to be diversion of everything else that was around them. So don't stop thinking T-Rail right, man.
Don't understand
No,
that.
that's
Then you come here,
not
that's not the argument.
and then you
the
come here and
argument.
talk down on me. But what is the actual argument?
The argument was
No, okay, this is what he said.
And you
This is
guys
what-
are coming here actually talking
because
down
you guys were
on
really
me.
arguing. So let me be.
shut your bitch ass up. I had your back.
You did. Hold on.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm about to say. I'll talk about you
You
next
had my
week. You
back a
want to keep
little
it going?
bit. No, hold on. I'm gonna
Fuck
keep it going.
you, nigga.
Yeah,
Talking
yeah,
about a
yeah,
little bit.
Come on, keep it going. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on there. I'm on there.
Okay, so your main argument was
Go ahead.
Kanye's still gonna make bread.
Yes.
He's still gonna make money.
Yes.
Everybody's
Kanye is still gonna make money. Anybody who has any big name, notoriety, and has the talent and ability to reinforce that, come on, they basically are writing a blank check for themselves. But let's see where they go with this.
L's argument was what he said was so crazy and out of line that things are gonna start falling out of place.
Okay.
That he's not gonna make the same amount of money. You
He's
were like, no, but your argument was he's still gonna be a billionaire. He's still gonna make this and
He
this
will.
and this.
He will.
The start.
He will.
The start.
If you lose the Adidas, if you lose,
He
the,
lost everything else too.
All right, you lost Adidas. He's still worth $500 million.
Now you heard the point T-Rail just said. Said, okay, he lost Adidas. He's still worth like 500 million. Doknow, I don't know if this is what his sense of trying to be comedic. He's trying to accentuate it. Like, he lost everything. He lost everything. How do you lose everything? He's still Kanye West. You know who he is. You know every little movement and every perceived movement that he's going to do because he's who he is, right? So he definitely hasn't lost everything. Or did he just unlock himself out of those agreements that were unfavorable to him, that weren't fair, and now he's able to perhaps create a new avenue to get what he wants to get done, whether it's with a new company or creating his own infrastructure to do it.
He's 500 million away from being a billionaire.
He lost a lot more,
He
bro.
lost a lot more within this.
And
That
it's
was the
happening-
argument that
The assets are only in Adidas. That made him a billionaire.
No.
So right now, without Adidas, he's
at Josh,
worth
look at Josh, look at
he's
Josh,
worth
looking at him
four-
crazy.
he's worth 4 to
This is true. Now, this prospective amount in which they said that he was supposed to have made them was in the 200 millions of dollars. That's just in that quarter. So that's not even busting down how much they was making each joint. They making billions off of him. So they're the ones that's really losing money. And they're the ones that's really stealing intellectual property because they know that him and his design team created those designs. But Adidas has the audacity to go out here and try to sell it without his name on it. That's like trying to sell bootleg Nikes, bootleg Jordans. Who wants some Jordans without the Jordan man on them? But what is those? Like flights? Why don't want no fucking flights? Come on, man.
$500 million right now.
we're not saying he's rich, but he's not gonna make the same amount of money that he was
No,
making.
No, he's not gonna make it as fast, and he's not gonna make, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna grow as fast, but he definitely can make it. This is one of the biggest influencers of hip hop all time.
You can't
It's
make
Kanye.
That's the underlying point. T-Rail is saying he can do it. He did it. Y'all ridiculed him when he was doing those interviews and he was talking about he was in debt. But I think it was over 30 million in debt. He's talking about how he still wanted to be the next Walt Disney, the next Howard Hughes. And y'all told him he was crazy. Then what did he do? In less than what? 5 years' time? Took that, 30 or 50 million in debt and turned it into billions of dollars of profit. Became almost synonymous with them same people, the eccentric peoples that we think of, like the Walt Disneys and the Howard Hughes, the bigger than life. He's basically like a mix of Howard Hughes, Tony Stark, and a little bit of Elon and Prince. Like if you mix Prince, like that, just do oddly weird artistic shit, but it still translates to be something huge. Like, come on, man. This is Kanye West. This motherfucker having people put on Balenciaga trash bags. Who's buying Balenciaga really? They wasn't really getting no type burn since them runners was out of rotation like that. He got y'all putting on them big ass clunky shoes and them uh water boots. The motherfucking big puddle boots. Come on, man.
West.
You can't make
Duh.
money if nobody's booking you because of the people that own these venues.
First of all, when is the last time you niggas been to a Kanye West concert?
I don't want to go.
You're not gonna go because there's no fucking Kanye West concerts. He doesn't need it. He's just as famous as Jay-Z.
Now you see, this just shows, and I really enjoy the points that T-Rail comes because he's I don't mean this in any way, but he's deceptively just so deceptively quick and intelligent with his points that he maybe doesn't even understand how eloquent and how sharp he is, pun intended. Sharpest podcast ever, Sharp too, very on point with his verbiage too, as his name implies. But T-Rail was just breaking it down like, why does he need this? You need to go get tickets. You need streams off the YouTube, off your music or whatever TikTok crap you doing. He don't need that. His infrastructure is already set. He's made the money that you wish to make off of that music or whatever it is 100-fold. He don't need that. He don't need to go in this point in time now where it's like I have to bend the knee. At what point do we look at when we don't have to bend the knee anymore? Is it cool we bend the knee if we get a little bit of bread? Come on, man. Where's your integrity? What do you want to be? And I look at AD, I'm like, AD, I'm very disappointed. I know who your pops is. I seen him when he was on this show prior. Then I watched because I was so intrigued by this man's mind, financial mind, and how such like a young black man rose from the streets to be a self-made millionaire up in the ranks of self-help gurus like Tony Robbins. Man, come on, bro. You have too much information in your disposal in your area to not have a more of a poignant conversation about this. I see these things. They had the Fuentes guy on there, and you being really one of the only pillars of this podcast that looks like they have merit with their speech. You should be able to speak and have a viewpoint that you can articulate more so than anybody there really. You can't just be just the cool, I'm just the cool street guy that likes to laugh and make jokes at people's expense and then go home and party and stuff. When you having those conversations with these types of people, you need to be able to have a format in which you want to follow. You can't have someone who is like an Adam who has maybe his information and his viewpoint on that, but you can't validate his perspective. Even when you have a Flacco, Flacco comes from more of that space, but he's still not really, man, he's not really versed in that like that, man. Like he ain't he ain't feet on the land with it. He ain't feet on the land with it. I don't care how many people you try to get up there. So I'm just be like, damn, like AD, like I understand Duno is young, much younger than the rest of you guys, but I see T-Rail and I would like to see these types of conversations fleshed out from his mindset. Maybe a guy like a Sharp, somebody who's more well-rounded, even a Lush, who has this information and can have this dialogue. Even Josh, man, because Josh has more perspective than like just some. It's like don't even speak on things you don't know about.
Does Jay-Z tour? No.
Jay-Z
Yeah,
don't
but
have
Jay-Z
to
always-
tour.
Jay-Z does not tour.
Yeah,
Does
but
he
Jay-Z
sell-
doesn't.
Not right now.
Does
The
he sell
nigga almost
shows?
50.
No. Does he go to fashion shows? No. Like, is he a part of Balenciaga, nigga, to make him a billionaire? No.
He lost
Kanye-
Balenciaga too now.
But now, how can you lose Balenciaga when Balenciaga never paid him?
Jay-Z's also
He's never-
not saying.
He said that many times in these interviews. One with Lex Friedman. Shout out Lex. Even though he was not playing fair, trying to passive aggressive, yeah, with that love pitch. But shout out Lex. Great education on there. Any other time. And a couple other ones he did. I think it might have been one with Cuomo or Piers Morgan. No, he said that they wasn't paying him. He was basically being uh, a big billboard or a spokesman for something that he ain't getting no real bread off. Not in the sense that it means anything to him. And I feel that because once you refine your skills and you refine your taste, you don't have too much time to waste. We ain't about to be out there all in everybody's face trying to get a little check. Like how some of these guys might do. Ironically, these brothers on here. And I know y'all good brothers, but I need y'all to educate yourselves if y'all gonna represent in nuanced conversations about black and brown, what? Financial independence and entrepreneurship, man. Come on.
But yeah, but Jay-Z also not saying crazy
Balenciaga
statements.
never paid him. What is he losing?
I know, but bro, you can't compare him to everybody else. Bro, what you're
You
saying,
don't know.
that's because you're saying
This nigga,
No, he doesn't get
from
it.
day one,
he's been up. Yeah, I
from
know.
day one, me and Paul was telling this nigga like, hey, bro, this shit gonna be bad. He's like, no, it's not.
Yeah, he
And then
does.
every day this shit, we like,
Hey, can't be too scared to speak your mind and your heart to mess up that check. How many times are we gonna bend the knee? How many times are we gonna turn our face? I mean, let's not get started on what Adidas actually was founded on, that they worked with the man from Germany who first name began with the letter H. And they did work for them extensively. The man who created Adidas was a staunch supporter of the man from Germany with the letter H for his beginning letter of his name, as was the man who created Adidas, his brother, who also created Puma, which is a story in itself that is profound. Back in the day, they had Jesse Owens and these magnanimously strong political and entertainment figures in their shoes. Meanwhile, they despised everything that had to do with them because the guy who they worked for from Germany in the 1940s and 20s and things, who began with the letter H, who did so much to these people, they still make this money and act like it never happened. But now you have another brown face, another Jesse Owens out here that y'all want to make money off and not pay him and steal the designs? Come on, man.
You see now?
That's
It's just
not
been doing
bad to
this.
me. You talk about Anna Wintour and Vogue. When the last time you niggas picked up a Vogue magazine and bought it?
You was
When's
a
the last
in there.
time?
But when the last time you niggas picked up? I wish
Never.
I would.
Hey, stretch your shit.
Yeah, but when the last time?
You wouldn't
When the
even know
last
what
time you
she
niggas
looked
picked
like
up a
if
Vogue
you seen the
magazine?
picture.
That's not what we're
and
saying, bro. What you're saying, his main
Those
his
things-
main income is gone.
his main income is not gone.
Adidas, yes it is.
No, it's not.
His main income is not gone. As T-Rail, shout out brother T-Rail, I gotta say it again. His main income is not gone because his main income is his mind. Is his mind. That genius creative mind that creates the thoughts and the innovations that got these people wanting to do business with him. So he's never, ever, never broke. Long as that worked. That's might have been why they try to put on a whole bunch of drugs to try to subdue him. Because when you in that fog, like I watched uh House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, at the end, when the king he's all sick and they trying to all vie for him. They got him all drugged up on the milk of the poppy, so they don't know where he's coming and going. So they switching them up on him. Y'all tricky, man. Don't get caught up in tricky. Don't get caught up in those calling and tell pro brothers and sisters who look like you, who just want a little chippers and a little bit of new green and please. Crazy as hell.
Adidas did not own Yeezy the clothing. They only own a part of
They only
the
own
shoes.
what?
What are you
And that
talking
was his
about?
biggest money maker.
Bro,
Bruh,
listen. Let's
y'all
break.
are-
Listen.
y'all
Let's
wild,
let's
bro.
Wildin'. Y'all don't even know what he owned. He never owned the mind that created the designs. Without that, you own nothing. What good is a stage if you have no one to perform in it? What good is a store if you ain't got no product in it worth buying?
let's break it down.
Where's he gonna put
Adidas
At
parted
Ross?
ways. American Apparel parted ways. Today's STEM player parted
He
ways.
parted ways from Nike.
Donda Sports parted ways.
He parted
Parted
ways from
ways
Nike.
from Nike.
He was never with Nike. He was with Adidas, dumbass.
He
He
was
was
with
with
Nike.
He was with Nike.
See, he don't even know. He parted ways with Nike first. Actually, before that, people don't know the first Yeezys were made from Louis Vuitton. I think it was like the first 2 or 3 pairs were made from Louis Vuitton because I always used to want one. It was hard as hell. I used to see like he had like the like bunch. They was like real Euro inspired, real Euro inspired. But he had Louis Vuitton making his first sneakers. Then he came out with the Nikes with the Red Octobers and the other ones before that. I ain't gonna blame you, you might not know, but to be so passionately and say something you don't know, just say you don't know, bro. And AD, you know, you should know. You do partnerships, you do businesses. It's a lot different of a thing when you own something and you created it from the ground floor up and you do a deal with it then you're just doing an endorsement or a partnership. Most of those things is partnerships, not really so much. They're more like glorified endorsements he had with these people. That's why he was always arguing about them not giving him the correct equity that he merits with his presence. Just talking about these people got Gap, rejuvenate. I even bought Gap stock when he was messing with it in the beginning. Like speaking a person's name, getting them light. That's why they dropping all these things now, because some of these places are getting more press than they ever got.
Yeah.
Get
With
this
what?
nigga off the show right now.
You ain't never heard no Red
He needs some
Octobers?
etiquette, Parker. He needs some podcast etiquette.
Wait.
He needs some podcast etiquette. Get this
So he
nigga up off
partied-
the show.
he partied-
He
by
had
himself?
Nike. He had Yeezys first on Nike.
Okay, but
He parted ways with Nike.
himself or they parted ways
He
with
went
him?
He went and
No,
made.
he left Nike to
Oh,
go to Adidas.
Okay.
Because he wanted to have more creative
I see what
control.
you're saying. I see what you're saying.
More
I mean, you're gonna
creative
have more
control.
creative control. I mean, when you get your contract together, because you'll learn from what you
No,
you learn from Nike.
nobody not saying that Ye ain't great. We're saying that all the companies and everything are pulling away from him right now. So for him to even, like, I can literally see Spotify, Apple Music saying they're not going to put his shit up on there.
Who gives a fuck? If I measly old
Apparently,
me,
He don't need none of them things. When's half the last 2 albums Kanye did, he didn't even put them on streaming services. What was it? Don the 2? He didn't even put it on streaming services. The other one before that, he barely put on there. Like he put them on like the day and a half after they were supposed to be on there, like late. Like he don't care about that. That's not the lion's share where he's making his bread.
the world
look,
do.
if measly old me can start a store on Melrose and measly old me can go manufacture my own clothes and make them and make money, what the fuck you think he could do?
Where you get your clothes from?
China.
And he's right. If he can do it and make money, and Trell, self-made millionaire, grinding up from the idea. That's why he looks at it differently than them, because he's seen it, how it can be done, how you can will yourself into it. Maybe they haven't done it before. But man, shout out to Trell. Keep speaking your mind. We appreciate you. Keep speaking truth to power and calling out all the fakeness, man. But with that said, I thank y'all for another reaction. This is Hurt Blessings TV, and we're going to see you to the next one.